Of course you don't care.
Listen to this.
He just said Jesus is the Father. He doesn't know the basics of the Athanasian Creed. I asked him if Jesus says my God and your God. Who is this my God? He's saying that's himself.
Okay, listen, I'll
How can you yourself be your own God? It doesn't matter.
This is a new religion, so this is not Christianity. What is it?
For you to say I don't care, it just shows that you're either ignorant of what you're teaching and preaching.
The only thing I know is unless you repent, unless you come like
No, don't talk about repenting without understanding the basics.
You won't enter the kingdom of heaven. That's the basics. That's what Jesus said.
By the way, Jesus said,
Unless you repent,
all those who call me,
unless you repent and come like a little child, you're not going to enter the kingdom of heaven.
that's fine. Will you enter the kingdom of heaven? Will you enter the kingdom of heaven? How do you know you will?
Because I've accepted him.
Accepted whom?
I've accepted Jesus as my Savior.
And,
Born again.
and if you're born again, you got guaranteed heaven? Show me where it says that.
Jesus said in John chapter 3,
Show it to me in the Bible. Read it to me.
except the man be born again.
Read it to me from the Bible. Read it from the Bible.
John chapter 3.
What does it say, John chapter 3?
He said, except the man be born again, he can't see the
And
kingdom of God.
what does it mean, born again?
Born again means this. It means born from God.
Born from God.
It means born anew.
Do you have a mother?
I'm going to tell you what it means. It means being recreated. It means, another word here, being regenerated.
Okay.
Regenerated. Only God can do that. Through the work of God, the Holy Spirit.
You know when you say recreated?
Regenerated.
Okay, regenerated.
See, we're born once by the flesh from
Yes.
our parents.
Okay.
But the problem is we have a sinful nature through Adam and Eve. When Adam sinned, it brought sin, death, suffering to us all. But the second Adam came, Jesus Christ. He came to take away the sin of the world.
You're talking about the original sin.
The original sin. Adam and
Okay,
Eve.
let's talk about the original sin.
Yeah.
Do you believe Adam was sinless when he was created? Was he without sins?
Okay, according to the Bible in the book of Genesis,
Yeah.
he was made perfect. He was good.
What does it mean, perfect?
Okay, perfectness, that God made Adam, everything was good about it. He was good.
So you believe Adam's sin is then inherited by his progeny?
No, all of us is inherited Adam's sins.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, we have Adam's
When I say progeny, you mean his children. Okay, so Adam's
We are
sins,
descendants from Adam.
that's fine, whatever you want to call it. Adam's children inherited his sins.
Exactly.
Am I right?
Yes.
Where did Adam inherit the sin from in order to commit a sin?
Okay, God said you can eat from all the trees that you want, but don't eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. The day when you eat of that, you will surely die. But the woman Eve, she ate, she gave some to Adam. They both ate. They had a conscience, free will, but they ate, right?
Yeah.
So, the Bible says...
So did he sin by doing that?
I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
The Bible says in Romans chapter 5, verses 12, through one man Adam, sin passed to all the human race and brought sin, death to us all. So, the devil was already roaming around the heavens on the earth. And the devil, Satan, spoke through the serpent, the snake. Right? So the devil, the serpent, tempted Eve. She desired knowledge from that tree. She desired its fruit to eat of it. She ate, gave some to Adam. They ate, their eyes was open. They hid themselves in the bushes and the trees because they know they was naked.
Okay, so they sin, right?
Okay.
By disobeying God, so God told them not to eat of the fruit,
They sinned.
and they ate of the fruit, which means they sinned.
They sinned.
Now wait a minute, listen,
They have
wait.
free will in the conscience.
Yeah, you see that's a good point, free will. So basically, they did not need any parents for them to inherit the sin of disobeying God.
Adam and Eve is only two people who God made.
I know,
at the
but
time.
try to understand what I'm trying to tell you. In order for them to sin, they did not need it to inherit it from someone else. They had the free will.
Because there was no,
They didn't have any parents. That's right.
but
So
God gave them a free will.
yeah, you see, I'll let you talk. Hear me out first, and I'll let you talk. No problem. So Adam and Eve, because they did not have any parents. Yes. However, they were born with the free will.
Free will.
Okay. What does free will mean? Free will means you have the potential to do good and bad. Do you agree?
Yeah.
So while they were born, they had this potential. So when you say perfect, they did not have this perfectness of God who does not sin at all. God doesn't sin at all. So that is perfect to me. Someone who has the potential to sin, yes, I wouldn't call that individual as perfect because he has the ability to fall. Yes, and he has the ability to do good as well. So free will means choosing between good and right and wrong. And this is what I mean. For you to believe in this original sin really doesn't make sense, because you see Adam was able to commit sin without inheriting it from anyone. So why would you say that the children who had never seen Adam, for example, you had never seen Adam, have you? How can you say that you're born with a negative account from day one? So when you came in this world as a baby, you were a sinner. Yes, you're born into sin. Yeah.
King David said.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
I was born in sin, King David. He said I was shaped in iniquity.
Yeah. How is that just? Tell me.
From the time my mother conceived me.
Yeah.
He's going back to the original sin.
No, but how is that just? For you to be born with a negative account, to be sinner from day one, how is that just?
If you have a child,
it goes back from Adam and Eve.
I've already explained to you, Adam and Eve were able to commit sin without any inheritance of sin.
It doesn't matter at all. God made
What do you mean doesn't matter?
Because God made Adam and Eve with a conscience and a free will.
Exactly. With the ability to sin and the ability not to sin.
Do you know if they eat that fruit, that the consequences they would face was death, separation. But yet they listened to the voice of the devil talking to the snake, and they disobeyed God. They disobeyed God and listened to the devil rather than God. And that's the problem.
No, but you're saying the same thing I'm saying. I'm saying they disobeyed God.
That's the problem
hence,
with people today.
Hence they sin without any inheritance of sin. So the original sin really doesn't have any meaning. If you're able to sin with your free will, without you having to inherit anyone's sin, you're going to sin anyway. So what is the purpose and the justification of this original sin when all you're doing is you're basically placing the sin of someone else onto your children? It doesn't really make sense. It's injustice. And tell me why not?
What makes sense is this.
Go on.
Would you agree that you're responsible for your own sin?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Adam and Eve sinned, right?
Yes.
Okay. Children sin. Cain murdered Abel.
Yeah.
First murder broke out. We're all responsible for our own sin.
What is the sin of a one-day-old baby? That is a sinner.
Okay. A baby, right?
One-day-old baby, remember.
Okay. Remember, if you believe in the Old Testament, and I think you do.
I don't actually know. I'm a Muslim, by the way.
Yeah, Muslim.
Just so you know.
Muslim accepts the Old Testament, the Torah.
Where did you learn that from?
Book of Isaiah.
The Old Testament is not the Torah.
Book of Isaiah.
The Old Testament is not the Torah.
Okay, forget that. Then what about Psalms?
The same. It's not the Psalms. It's not not the Zabur.
Okay, what about Isaiah?
Look, the entire Bible is not something that the Muslims believe as being authoritative. Okay, there are bits in there which we do believe as being true. For example, in Deuteronomy 6:4, when God says, "Hear Israel, your Lord God is one," we have no problem with that because God is one. The only problem is when Christians say God is three in one, which is nowhere to be found in the Bible.
Okay, King David said, "I was born in sin.
Yeah.
From the time my mother conceived me, I was shaped in iniquity." King David, in Psalms.
Yeah. How does that justify?
In the book of Psalms.
Look, whatever you say, how does it justify for a one-day-old baby who has done no sins to be basically labeled as a sinner from day one?
I'm going to say this. Jesus said, unless you come like a little child, you won't enter the kingdom of heaven.
And who is going to be like a little child? Do you think any grown-up is going to become like a little child?
Yes.
Well, what do you mean? Mentally or
no,
or spiritually or what?
When they become born again.
And what does that mean?
You are recreated over again by God.
Okay. By the way, what is born again got to do with a one-day-old baby who is not a sinner, yet you label him as a sinner or her?
The child, all children, is born in sin.
Why? Why? That's the question.
From the original sin from Adam and Eve.
Yeah, but how is that just?
Through one man, Adam, the Bible says, sin passed through all the human race. Through one man.
You know something? In order to be accountable for any crime or any sin, you got to have the comprehension to differentiate between what is right and wrong. That is the least requirement. In order for you to charge someone with a crime or a sin, you cannot call a one-day-old baby a sinner because the baby does not know right from wrong at that age. Are you with me? Have you got children?
Of course I have. Listen.
Okay, if you got children, did they actually tell you to do something for them when they were 1 day old? Or did you have to guess what they were saying by crying?
I'm going to show you something.
You're not even listening, man. Yeah, he's gone to another realm now.
No, watch it. Watch it. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned.
Yeah, the question is not.
You read that one man was Adam.
The question is not what your Bible says. The question is how do you justify that?
How do you justify?
How do you justify a 1 day old baby being a sinner?
Okay. From Adam and Eve, the
He's
Bible
born by
says,
sin, man. He's
we're
born by
born in sin.
Would you call your one-day-old baby a sinner?
Yeah.
You would?
Yep.
Good, shame on you then.
Yeah, but listen to this though. Even
Anyone who calls a child a sinner
Yeah, but listen.
at the age of 1
Yeah, but listen.
doesn't even know what sin is. Because
He's
sin,
born by a sinner, man.
you know what sin means?
He's a born by a sinner.
I know, I heard you 3 times. Now you listen to me. What does sin mean? What does it mean?
Sin mean?
You have no idea?
I know what sin means.
Okay, what does sin mean? Go on.
You haven't got no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you.
Okay, I'm going to give
Answer
you.
you.
Ah, you see, you don't know. Maybe I'll ask him.
I'm
Go
going
on.
to give you answers, right?
Yeah, go on.
But I'm going to put the question back to you first.
Which question?
What is sin to you?
To me, basically any disobedience to God is sin. Is that good enough for you?
Any more?
Is that good enough for you?
Nope.
Transgression from the laws of God is sin. Disobedience to God is sin. For example, when Adam was told not to eat of that tree, he ate. Adam and Eve sinned because they disobeyed God's command. God's command was not to eat. However, the question still remains, how can that person sin? Like in Ezekiel 18, it says the son is not accountable for the sins of the father, and the father is not accountable for the sins of the son. Are you aware of that verse?
All people.
Are you aware of that verse?
Say it again.
The father is not accountable for the sins of the son, and the son is not accountable for the sins of the father. Are you aware of that? Are you aware of that verse?
I will do it.
Wait. Answer my question first. Are you aware of that verse or not?
Okay,
Are
Jesus.
you aware of that verse?
Jesus
There he goes on preaching mode.
is the only person who was born in this world without sin.
How do you know that?
Amen.
Jesus is the
Amen.
only perfect sacrifice which God accepted to take
Amen.
away our sin. You can
Amen.
shake your head no, but believe me, you are wrong.
He won answer.
And he is wrong.
Why didn't you answer the question I asked you?
Why you have to trust men and you trust God?
If Jesus was sinless,
Do you trust men
if
and don't
Jesus
trust God?
was sinless, yes, was he born of Mary?
Jesus
Listen.
was
Listen.
born
Jesus is God himself.
without sin.
Was he born from Mary?
Amen.
Jesus
is God
was
himself.
born by the
I'm
Virgin
sorry.
Mary.
We know it, man.
If he was born from Mary, was Mary without sin?
Man, Jesus is the only
See,
God.
that's sin.
Was she without sin?
No.
So why did the sin not pass through Mary?
She was a sinner like us.
Exactly. So why did the sin not pass through Mary?
Jesus was a sinner.
No, but answer the question. Why did the sin not pass through Mary to him? Why? Why did the sin not pass down from Mary to Jesus?
Because it wasn't.
Why not?
Because Jesus, he is God who came down from heaven and was
Amen.
born by human form.
Amen.
So God, so you're telling me that God needed,
He didn't need anything.
Oh,
God chose to be born
He
by
can't
a
save the
baby.
humanity. He can't save.
are you saying God doesn't need
He can't
anything?
save me.
Really?
Doesn't need us.
I'm very
Doesn't need
sorry.
Okay, good. So if God doesn't need anything, why does he need a
Save
son?
me. And I allow that. And I accept it.
It's a good question.
I accept
Yeah.
my Lord
Not
by
found in
Jesus.
there.
Do you mind? We're trying to have a
I'm very
dialogue.
sorry. You know, feel
Yeah,
sorry.
go on.
I'm
Not found
sorry.
in the Bible.
Is that your friend, by the way? Tell him to calm down.
Oh my Lord Jesus.
Because now he's getting all emotional.
These people.
He's getting emotional. Okay. So the question is,
Questioning the
why does Jesus not inherit the sin through Mary?
Because he didn't.
Why not?
Because if he did, he wouldn't be good enough to take away our
No,
sin.
I didn't ask you if he did not or not. I'm asking you why did he not?
Because the Bible says he's the sinless Son of God.
He's a sinless son of God. Okay, do you think racism is sin?
Okay, all racism and anything else, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
it doesn't make us sinners.
No.
What makes us sinners?
You did not understand
is
the question.
that we are born in sin.
I'm not asking you what makes you sinless. I'm asking you, is being racist considered a sin?
Not at all.
So you don't
Not at all.
So you don't think calling someone racist terms is a sin?
Not at all.
So what is sin to you?
Okay, what is sin?
By the way, are you a racist?
Okay.
Are you a racist?
And you
Why would you say? Why would you not condemn racism?
Instead of listening to the
I'm going to
truth,
tell you what sin
No, I really want to know. As a Christian, why would you not condemn racism?
how wrong is
It's not
that?
in it. Jesus said love. Love your
Do
enemy.
you guys hear that?
Jesus.
This guy here is preaching love.
Jesus said love your enemy. He said
Amen.
do good to those who
Hallelujah.
persecute
Speak
you.
them, tell them the truth.
So do you love all your enemies?
Please, warn them,
Take
louder,
away, put away the
louder
sword.
and louder.
Do you love your enemies?
Christ,
Jesus
Savior.
said put away the sword.
Jesus Christ is the
Those that take up the
Savior.
sword shall perish by the
Hallelujah.
sword.
Do you love your enemies?
Yes.
Do you love the Satan?
No.
But you said you love your enemies. Make up your mind.
Satan is an evil spirit.
But is he your enemy?
God, he hates Satan.
God in the Bible says he's his enemy. Do you love him?
Satan is going to go to hell.
Yeah, but do you love him?
No.
Why not?
Because he is the accuser of you and me.
What happened to love your enemy?
The enemy is people.
You see, it's all talk at the end of the day.
Jesus is talking about human beings.
Okay, what about Hitler? Do you love him?
Hitler?
Do you love him?
I asked him before, he said yes.
No, let's see what he says now.
Asked me before,
Please
but
accept.
Okay, I'm asking you now. Do you love Hitler?
Accept Jesus.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question.
No, answer the question first.
I'll answer you.
Yeah, answer the question, not with the question.
If you can answer my question.
Yeah, no, first you have to answer mine, I'll answer, then I'll let you ask your question. Go
Okay,
on.
then.
Do you love Hitler?
No.
No. But you said love your enemies. Is he your enemy?
Here he is.
But he's not even alive. How can he be enemy?
Right, now, I want you to answer.
So your principle of love your enemies is selective.
Okay.
Am I right?
Not at all.
But you just said you don't love Hitler.
Right, I'm going to ask you.
Is it selective? Answer that first. Because right now you're contradicting yourself.
Okay, then.
Do you realize that?
It doesn't matter. I don't.
First you said you have no problem with racism, and now you're saying
You might
you love all your enemies but not Hitler. You're contradicting yourself, my friend.
can't change then.
Yeah, go on.
You got to change
you
now.
love Hitler?
Do I know I don't love him?
Come. Because kingdom will come
What's so
if you're
funny?
not ready.
I don't have a principle that I love all my
Shut in
enemies.
your face, and what you gonna do
Let's
when the
just
door will be
say,
shut in your face?
if you was alive at the
I-
time of Hitler, right?
But
Yeah.
you can't hear you.
And
Nobody
you
will
was
hear you
about
because
maybe-
the door
I will still not love him, trust me.
forever.
I'll tell you the lecture, I will still not trust him.
Forever, my friend.
Time to calm down this guy. man.
Let's
Be
say if
ready.
you was a half
Be
a mile
ready
away
to
from Hitler.
enter that door
You had a
into
two-tool
heaven.
rifle.
Because heaven is one.
your time with somebody
Here comes another one who always loses his argument with me, and now he's telling others not to.
Amen.
Do you love your enemies?
You're not my enemy.
Do you love your enemies? I didn't say I was. I asked you if you love your enemies.
You're wasting your time with this man.
Because
Exactly.
this guy here, he has no problem with racism.
He has made a covenant with Satan.
Ah, there you go. See, this is Jesus in the Bible says, "Thou shalt not judge," and this is going against the doctrine of Jesus. Yes, he's afraid to have a dialogue with a Muslim because he knows he'll get exposed.
Exactly.
He knows he'll get exposed. Every time I spoke to you, you ran away.
Open your hands.
Why don't you just go preach somewhere else? I'm sure he can talk for himself. By the way, do you have to listen to him? Is he your boss? Is he your boss? No, he's not your boss. So you don't have to listen to him.
Nice to meet you, brother, again. Amen. Hallelujah, my man.
Yeah, take it with you, go on. You see, we have Allah who never died.
Down with these guys, and I'll have them.
No, you won't. Why don't, I challenge you right now. How about now, right now?
Show you love.
How about right now? How about right now?
It takes the
It's all talk. All talk.
We show you the diamond.
Okay.
The words of God.
You wanted to ask me a question, go on. By the way, don't listen to me. He's all hot air. All hot air.
If you seen Hitler right, a half a mile away,
Was that?
if you seen Hitler from a half a mile away,
Yeah.
and you had a two-tool rifle, you could shoot him and take him out.
I will. Yes.
It's a lie.
Okay.
I can show you it's a
Let's
lie.
just say.
Would you?
It's a lie.
Would you? No, I'm asking you now. I've answered. Look, I've answered your question. Now I'm asking you the same question.
I'm not finished.
Would you?
I'm not finished.
Oh, you haven't finished yet. Go on.
If you seen,
Preach the good news to
Yeah.
people. Let them hear about the good news.
if you seen,
Jesus is
This
the
friend
way,
of
the
yours, honestly.
truth, and the life.
Jesus
Jesus is the Savior.
is the
Brother,
way.
preach them louder. That Jesus is the Son of God, the Son of the living God.
The mother of Hitler. Yeah, what about her?
and she was
He's the
expecting.
Lord.
Yeah.
Savior.
I wouldn't shoot a pregnant woman. No.
Take care of it.
No, I wouldn't shoot a
We
pregnant
love him
woman.
everywhere. Jesus.
Would you?
He's the only
I'm
one.
asking you the question.
Yeah, but I'm turning the question to you. Wait, are we going somewhere with this?
Yeah, we are.
By the way, those who did not hear, he's asked me that
I hear you, my brother.
if you see Hitler's mother pregnant, would you shoot her? The thing is, look, I'm not God to judge someone who's pregnant to know that this child she's going to bear is going to become an evil.
So you wouldn't shoot her?
Of course I wouldn't.
Okay then, so in other words, you're responsible at the time for all those...
You're a good man, but you're mixed
for all
up, man,
those millions of
with your
Jews
knowledge.
that got killed.
And every one of you,
You're
good
responsible
men,
How?
for the
quality.
Jews.
How am I
Why you are
responsible?
mixed up?
Because if you would
can't
have
see the
took, if you would
truth.
have took
The truth
Hitler's
set in the
mother
person.
and done away with it, he wouldn't have been born.
Did I know that she had Hitler in her stomach?
It makes no difference.
It does.
I'm saying...
It does. I'll tell you why it does.
I'm saying...
I'll tell you why it does.
You
I'm
know,
receiving the
she was pregnant.
Holy Man, the Holy
She was
God.
expecting. You had a two-year rifle.
That
No, but did I know Hitler?
But you wouldn't take her out.
Look, you have got this completely wrong way around. I'll tell you what. In order to accuse someone of a sin or a crime, you got to first witness it. You cannot just preempt an attack on someone without witnessing their sin. Your logic is completely out.
I'm talking about the old thing.
Out. About what?
I'm talking about the old witness here.
What old witness?
See, you said that you wouldn't take Hitler's mum out expecting Hitler.
I didn't know it was Hitler, would I?
You wouldn't shoot her because you said...
Even you know